solidarity with the people of Turkey, Syria, Lebanon, and the surrounding countries that have been affected. And some of us far away have even lost loved ones. So we ask for a minute of silence. Thank you, everybody. Welcome to this.
Merci à tous et à toutes. Bienvenue à ce webinaire.
Okay, I'm getting a bit. Okay, right. This meeting is being recorded.
Donc, ce webinaire est enregistré.
Okay.
Sorry, there is a mistake. There is French
Désolé.
Sí, es una tecnología impresionante que nos podemos conectar.
And have interpretation. I think a couple of years ago, this wasn't possible. We had to physically fly all of us around the world and meet in the same room. And, you know, now it is just, you know, we can all just switch on our computers and see each other and listen to each other in our respective languages, just how far technology has taken us. So once again, welcome to, I think it's well, part of a series of webinars that the International Secretariat has put together, leading us up to our international meeting in October. But today is a very special day on the calendar of the World March of Women, because we support the fight of the people of Western Sahara for sovereignty, and especially we focus as the World March of Women on the lives and how to fix women in the camps and in Western Sahara. And so today we are pledging internationally as the World March of Women our solidarity with the people of Western Sahara, especially the women in Western Sahara. So I'm going to hand over to our International Secretary, Yildiz in Ankara, to introduce herself and to welcome you all. Over to you, Yildiz.
Thank you very much, Wilhelmina and sisters, for accepting this invitation to be here in this Solidarity Day with Saharawi Women. And as starting as Wilhelmina indicated, I also want to take this occasion to pay tribute to our sister Hatice Can, who we lost during the earthquake.
Do you decide to what you need?
We need to unmute all microphones except speakers and interpreters. And more than an earthquake, it is we have been devastated by the level of destruction and the loss. It is multiplied by the neoliberal government policies in the last 3 decades without considering the reality of our territory and the construction industry that is the driving force of our economy. So it resulted in a disaster. In fact, it is, as we said, there is no natural disasters. They are all man-made disasters, and it is a disaster of capitalism, in fact. So in this fight, of course, it is very important to remember each other, our sisters in Sahara, as we have been there for different activities and occasions, and they always have been part of our movement. It is very important to express our solidarity in this day, February 18, And today is the day of Saharawi, day of solidarity with Saharawi women. That's why we are here. That's why what brings us here. And so thank you very much for being here to express our solidarity with our sisters. And I just want to express my warm welcome to you all.
Thank you, Hilda. Thank you for that. Our program today consists of, as I said, we will be sharing with you a video. I'm not sure, Hilda, if you'd like to introduce the video, but Bianca and Ayla from Western Sahara, I think will also speak about the video. They have been responsible for putting together this video, and we are all looking forward to seeing this video. So we are going to use this time now to for them to introduce this video. We will hear from Ayla, we will hear from Bianca, and then we will also be the first to be watching this video, I think. Although I know Capire has also been sharing this video. So Bianca or Ayla, it's over to you. I don't know which of you, who of you will be speaking first.
Ayla will go first. Go ahead, my dear.
So, hello, hope you are doing well, everyone. I am very happy.
Ayla, could you please mute yourself?
So now you can hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Hello, everyone, and good afternoon here, and good morning in the other places that you are from. So I am very happy, and it's an honor for us as Sahrawi women to feel that there are some women that feel us and can take from their time to give their solidarity with us and share their solidarity. These give us the encourage, and also give us that we can feel that the world still have the honesty, still have the you know. So about the video, we follow all the steps. Me and Bianca, we follow all the steps that we decided from our first meeting with the group that will be the responsible about all the stages of the video, and we focused to combine between the struggle of the Sahrawi women, the suffering in the first of our war, and in our case now that we are living now. So to combine between that time and this time, we started the video in November. We made this video with all our love. We met some women. One of the women was one of the victims from the Mudraiga, the bombing Mudraiga, which by phosphor and napalm. And also we talk like youth women and old women to share that there are still the continue between the generations from our working, our living, the struggle of Sahrawi women here in the campus. And so you can see all the processes. You can feel the video that we gives all the efforts to be good video, and also to share all the suffering of Sahrawi women. So thank you.
So as Ayla said, we started planning and working with all of this since the middle of last year. And on November, I was lucky enough to go to the Western Sahara camps in Algeria, and I was in Ayla's house, and I could not have asked for a better time. And I think that this video is an effort of the World March of Women and Capire to showcase the lives of women from the Western Sahara refugee camps and their struggle, because what they're doing there is basically sustaining life with their work, with taking care of the housework, with taking care of the political organization of the Polisario Front. It was clear for me during this experience, and we hope that it will be clear on the video, how important and how important is not even a good word for this, is how fundamental the work of women is in the Western Sahara struggle, in the Western Sahara country, but also in the Western Sahara refugee camps. We are very glad to have this video. We are very glad to be able to share these stories with you. There is a lot of women involved in working to make this video ready and to make it good and to make it done and to have it online so everyone can watch now, but during the entire year, and always remember the struggle of the Saharawi women and always be remembering about them, having solidarity with them. And very briefly, that's it. We have this video. It will be shown now in our meeting, but it's also published on Capire's networks and the World March of Women's networks, and it's available with subtitles in 4 languages: English, Portuguese, French, and Spanish. So this is just a first moment, so we can take a look at it and have seen and to see a little bit of everything that has been done. But let's also enjoy this day to share it, to share Capire's post about it, and to share the World March of Women post about it, so it can make everyone know about the importance of the day, of this date. Thank you.
Thank you, Ayla and Pinar. Sorry, Bianca. We're now going to watch the video. I don't know, Pinar, are you responsible?
Yes, I'm going to share my screen now.
Okay.
خالق اللي يجي هون صغير وعاد ضايق كهن بيذل عاد له سنوات خالق اللي يسلك وضايق عاد عنده شو 40 سنة وانا بقوه اللي يعدل شفقات يسنو.
Something happened?
We cannot see.
We cannot hear. We cannot hear.
You cannot hear, right?
No, it could. It was working well. It was only with the screen was little. You need to open it on YouTube.
Okay, I will try again. Now you can see the whole page, right?
No, my dear, but you need to allow you to Zoom to see all of your screen. Otherwise, we will only see the YouTube page.
Full screen.
Yes, exactly.
Büyütmen gerekiyor. Sadece.
Now?
Güzel.
Okay, I will start over again.
It's okay. Okay.
خالق اللي يجي هون صغير وعاد ضايق كهن بيذل عاد له سنوات خالق
Something happened with the audio.
يسعى الإنسان دائما إلى التأقلم مع ظروف الحياة مهما كانت قاسية من أجل تأمين حياة كريمة. هذا بالضبط ما سعت إلى سبيله المرأة الصحراوية منذ أن غادرت موطنها سنة 1975 حتى اليوم. فهي تعيش بمخيمات اللجوء أزيد من 47 سنة بسبب واقع الاحتلال المغربي الذي فرض عليها تخرج من ديارها بحثا عن الأمان. فبمخيمات اللجوء تعيش النساء الصحراويات نمط حياة يومي قاسي يخلو من الكثير من متطلبات الحياة الضرورية، فهن يقمن بيوميات روتينية تتبعها حياة عملية بحتة. فبالإضافة إلى الأعمال المنزلية وتأمين حياة جيدة لأسرتها، تقوم المرأة الصحراوية بالعمل داخل مؤسسات الدولة الصحراوية، فهي تعمل داخل جميع القطاعات: السياسية، الإدارية، الاقتصادية، الاجتماعية، الإعلامية، وعلى المستوى الخارجي.
في شهر 2 فبراير 76 حاضر تمين الضحى ما رضيت عليك الناس اللي شي تخزنوا عن باطل الأخبار يا وقال رجلي قاعد ما عارف قاعد شنو الناس اللي توفوا تمين ما رضيت عليك اللي نعقوا غادرونا اللي نعاد الضحى.
لعقود طويلة عاش الصحراويون حياة بدو مسالمين يتنقلون في أرضهم معتمدون على الرعي والزراعة، ولديهم نظام شبه سياسي يحتكمون إليه إلى سنة 1884 حين قسمت المستعمرات بموجب اتفاقية برلين التي أعطت الصحراء الغربية إلى إسبانيا، ومن ذلك التاريخ عرفت بالصحراء الإسبانية. وبموجب غدر مشؤوم وضع في السياسة الإسبانية وفي الشروع في تصفية الاستعمار، قامت إسبانيا بإبرام اتفاقية مشؤومة قسمت من خلالها الأراضي الصحراوية بين موريتانيا والمغرب سنة 1975، وما كان من الشعب الصحراوي سوى الدفاع عن أرضهم بقيادة ممثل الشرعي والوحيد الجبهة الشعبية لتحرير الساقية الحمراء وفدي الذهب. وفي نفس السنة اندلعت الحرب بين المغرب وجبهة البوليساريو من جهة وموريتانيا من جهة أخرى في شكل تكالب عدواني كاد أن ينهي حياة شعب أكمله. ذهبت الحرب إلى سنة 1978، انسحبت موريتانيا لتبقى المغرب في تعنته إلى اليوم. بعد اندلاع الحرب سنة 1975 وبسبب استعمال الأسلحة المحظورة دوليا من طرف الاحتلال المغربي، آلاف الصحراويون لاذوا بالفرار إلى مخيمات اللجوء بالجزائر بحثا عن الأمانة، وظل ذلك المخيم حتى اليوم سكانه باقون على أمل استرجاع أرضهم المسلوبة.
بس أنا مطريقة إيه وجابوا كان فوق 920 وجابوا نقواقي يفوت 20 يوم كان فوت ما الحق مطريقة فوتنا ليلونها إيه أنا بنو قوتي لا طاولة قوتي لا صغيرين وبنيناهم طريق 4 عليات فقيتون واحد طريق حد اللباني لا شرويط وحد اللباني ويش ما حد يعني لا وشي بارق على بالخلق لا وحدات منا يمشوا يقيسوا الماء يقسم عليهم، وحدات منا يمشوا يجيبوا التمويل للأسرارات شي تغذية وشي عنده التجمع وعندنا وحدات يتدربوا كان فهم تعطير للجيش حاجة بعد يتدربوا العيال كانوا يتدربوا والله. وأنا من عاد دائما يخلوني في الخيمة بيطفيل عندي صغير لما 6 أشهر راح رأيتي مجروح أخبط من عند القرعة من هون تيجي مارقة من هون تيجي راح مارقة حفرة فوق أول شيء عم يساعدني علي على 25 سنة جاي سمينا ما رضيت عليكم بحب 10 قالت لي البايق قدات النار شعلت النار لا بريقة جات بريقة عنه هوك وجات واحدة عنه هوك وجات واحدة عنه هوك شي يقولوا له لو طار ما رضيت عليك أنا الحقني بحال كتوارى هربت عن تفحتي للهي درت تحت الحاج أجلت ورجعت صيد البطو ما غادي تعبني البطو دمي بلاد العادة اللي خبزت برا طيب نغلي شوية ما على السن لا غدا العائلة الطاقات ما معي بشوية وحدات تشدي راسك وحدات تجيب لي وحدات وأنا قاعدة بيرت في عادت لهم بعد كنت مزمن حلقة طفية جبارنا الشيء ما ترينا من الساقة.
حينما لا يجد المحتل سبيل في جرعة ما لا يملك تكون الوسائل الحربية أو الجرائم ضد الإنسانية هي السبيل الوحيدة. هذا ما حدث بالضبط يوم 18 فبراير سنة 1976. ففي حدود الساعة 10 صباحا فوجئ الكثير من النساء الصحراويات بأقصاف على رؤوسهم سائلها يشق الأرض ويزلزل الجبال. على مدار 3 أيام تم قصف 3 مخيمات بالمناطق الصحراوية يأوي مدنيين وعزل فارين من بطء الاحتلال باستخدام النابالم والفوسفور. المخيمات هم مدريكة فارتي وجديرية. بمخيم أم دريكة كان غالبية سكانه نساء أغلبيتهم حوامل أو مرضعات عشنا فيه 20 يوما قبل التفجير. كان شبه معسكر يمارسون فيه النساء حياة يومية شبه عادية. راح ضحية ذلك القصف 45 قتيل كلهم شيوخ أطفال ونساء من بينهم السيدة تسعى أحمد زين التي استشهدت تمارس مهنة التمريض وهي تحمل جنينها الذي لم يبصر النور. هو الذي حاملا اليوم الوطني للأم الصحراوية اسمها يخلده الشعب الصحراوي والمرأة الصحراوية كيوم نتذكر فيه تلك المأساة سنويا.
جيتوا هنا في المخيم؟ جينا هون المخيم. جينا عاد جينا
كم فوتوا مشاوي؟
فوق 40 يوم.
ورقص.
كم
ما تليتم مستقر.
يا ما تينا مستقرين ولا تينا مرقوا ولا تينا شيء وعيننا لا يطير في الصموخ ونحن وراحوا الترك عمر السر مقاتلي جاونا يقول وعادوا لك شوفي جاونا وحدونا ومنين قالوا فوقنا طيار الجزائر وطلصنا العياط هربنا. يا خليكم ضوالات طيار الجزائر يا خليكم ضوالات طيار الجزائر يا حلقة ضرينا يوم قلت لك نحن ما كنا قاعد نصوروا عنا لين فوتوا ذا كام هنا تياي كنا قاعد عنا لين فوتوا مدة ولا رجعوا إلى الحمد لله عادنا ذا من الله عادنا أنا ركبت تربية ومربية كنا شيء الحمد لله إلى حد الآن ولكن قاعدين عنا لين فوتوا ذا كامل عنا لين نرجعوا فوق العشر معرض داردنا ذا كامل ما كان واقع عنا هم وقع عنا لين تم هون في الرجوع عنا لا يفوتوا شيء نرجعوا الأرض ولهن والله يا أختي اللي تخيلوا عنا لين نرجعوا الوالدين بالعشر إنما كتموا لنا هم عدنا الحمد لله بتركتنا عاد رجال حامدين ولانا عاد بتركتهم وعاد حامدين ولانا عفاد المولان وقلبنا العالم وقلنا العالم عنه يعاون
المرأة الصحراوية أخذت مكانتها سياسياً مشروع القضية الوطنية الصحراوية منذ اندلاع حركة الصحراء سنة 1973. كانت رائدة وما زالت اليوم. تمثل نسبة يعني النساء الصحراويات داخل أماكن سابقة نسبة معتبرة. عريفة، رئيسة بلدية، رئيسة دائرة برلمانية، ممثلة، سفيرة في الأمانة الوطنية، جبهة، ومتواجدة في جميع أماكن صنع القرار. ما ميز المؤتمر 16 رجب هي المخرجات اللي كلها تضفي بضرورة التكيف مع المرحلة اللي يعيشها الشعب الصحراوي خصوصا بعد عودة الكفاح المسلح. واليوم كذلك المرأة الصحراوية تتواجد في عضوية المكتب الدائم بقيادة البوليساريو، وهذا انتصار يدل على مكانة المرأة الصحراوية اللي أخذته حقيقة بجدارة باستحقاق.
أبدان مراسلة يجب تاريخ المراسلة.
عندي مراسلة كيس نطلع.
كيس الولاية.
طلعين الولاية
شغلت الجماعة اللي كامل عدلنا ورا العام من درجة معدل ولا شيء كانوا خاص إصلاح طلعوا في المراسلة اللي جينا أو في الولاية.
خلقت هون في مخيمات اللجوء في الجزائر وكبرت هون وأنا يعني عن بلدي ما هو ذا اللي أنا خلقت فيه ولا هو اللي أنا سكنت فيه بلدي الصحراء الغربية ولا قد شفته حياتي ما قدرتش بلدي، يعني عني كبرت لهم في الجزائر في مخيمات بلوجو.
الشابة الصحراوية تعي جيدا أهمية الاعتماد على النفس وضرورة تحقيق الاكتفاء الذاتي خصوصا في عصرنا الحالي.
أنا هون عاد لي شهرين ولا 3 نشتغل هون نقرأ كي نقول عن النقرة عن التجارة، وفي نفس الوقت نعدل براتيك، يعني أنا كي نقول نقرأ ونعدل من القراية نتعلم كيفاش نشتغل. يعني عملي وفي نفس الوقت قراية. لاش باش كان نعدل شي قاعدة الحمانية تاخذ الاستغلال زين عندي انت تاخذ الاستغلال، في نفس الوقت باقي نعدل انا اكتفاء ذاتي، ولا هو البيئة باقي نتعلم التجارة، باقي نتعلم كيفاش نعود شوي نسجل ياس ونعدل المشروع الخاص مع ولدي. أنا مسؤولة عن راسي ونعرف نعود حرة مثلا. هو البيئة باقي نقرا عن التجارة. من ذي الشغلة اللي اشتغلت ضرب تعلمت منها ياسر، تعلمت منها أول شيء عن كيفاش نعدل أنا مشروعي الخاص، كيفاش نعرف من مشروعي أنا من سابق نبدأ فيه باش نعرف كانوا ناجح ولا ما هو ناجح، كيفاش نتعامل في نفس الوقت. أنا حاسة رؤيتي أنا المستقبل هذه الشغلة ذاك، يعني أنا كيفاش يتأثر إلي في المستقبل. عاني لي بلاش وعاني لي أكثر، تعلمت أكثر من الشيء ما كنت نعرفه، بس الوقت تعلمت كيفاش نتعامل مع الفرد وأنا كنت نعرف نتعامل مع الفرد، وعندها ياسر من الإيجابيات.
قلت لك نحن من قصفنا هذا القصف اللي انتي لبالم اللي محرق قصف التركب والعلايات والشيء ما اشتدت أخبارنا، العالم ما سمعنا شاد أخبارنا، وهذا ما هو يلا احنا لا في العالم اللي هذا قاع محرم دوليا ولا يلا يكون تشتد اخبارنا ما قد تشدوا اخبارنا.
يعني قصف عملية ثم
مضريقة ولا بالم ولا صفور
فوسفور اللي محرم،
فوسفور ولا هو المحرم، وهذا بعد ما هو يلا يكون يشدوا اخبارنا. ورايقك عن ما تياسر من العليات وما تياسر من التركه وما تياسر من الرجال.
نعاونها أول شيء مثلا عني نعاونها بشغلتي، يعني أنا قد نعاونها بشغلتي، وفي نفس الوقت ننشر عن وطني ما ننساه. وإذا جا حد مثلا ما يعرف قضيتي ولا ما هو عالم بيا ولا شاك عن مثلا الصحراء مغربية ولا هي غربية، اللي نعلموا اللي نفهموا، واللي كامل قدنا نعاون بشي نعرفوا اللي نعاون.
Thank you to Bianca. Let's give him a hand. Bianca and Ayla. Ayla, is there anything that you'd like to, I'm giving the mic over to you. Ayla, are you there? Bianca, is Ayla still here with us? Hello?
No, I guess she was having bad connection, and I guess she not in the room anymore.
Is there anything else you'd like to point out to us about the video?
The only thing I would like to say is that I hope that this video is just the beginning of us always trying to be in touch and trying to stay in solidarity with this woman. It's very important when we are able to see, because as Zagma said in the end of her interview, all of these things that happened there, they weren't in the news. So it's our jobs as feminists, as international feminists, to share what happened there and never let it be forgotten.
we are having some problems connecting with the comrades in Western Sahara. Chaba was expected to speak, and now we've lost Ayla as well. So we'll just be patient and see. They might be able to come back and speak, because clearly, you know, it's important that we hear from them living in Western Sahara, hearing from them, sharing their experiences. But seeing that we have some time, maybe, is there any hands raised who would like to comment on the video? There will be an opportunity after one of our speakers. I will open the floor to those who wish to express solidarity, or I know several of our members. I think Sophie's present here. Sophie from Kenya is present here, I hope. She's visited Western Sahara, the Tindouf. So has Yildiz. So they'll be able to share with us their experiences having visited the camps there. And we could pose questions to them, perhaps, in the absence of Chaba and Ayla. So before I'm going to ask our comrade from Cuba to speak, does anybody have a question in terms of the video that we've just seen? Please just raise your hand, and we'll give you that opportunity now, seeing that we have the time. Marianne, the floor is yours. Mariana Ebel.
Oui, bonjour. Alors,
en Suisse, à Neuchâtel. So, in Switzerland, we are linked with the Saharawi sisters and have been since 1991. And from the camps, the Saharawi women called to come to Switzerland, to come to look after young children, to work in nurseries, for example, as well as to learn how to look after persons with disabilities. That is because this war, as the video has shown, and women who spoke about what happened in 1975 with the Exodus and all of the bombs during that time, meant that there were many children who were born with disabilities in the camps. Therefore, this is a very concrete form of solidarity which they needed. They needed to learn how to look after one another. And it was great to see, because the women who came to Switzerland, they didn't understand French, so they had to learn the language. They had to do so in a few weeks, and they were then able to learn on the ground through watching how we do things. And I went to visit them in the camps even before the existence of the World March of Women in around 1998 and 99. And we saw how they managed to use what they had learned and how they had created skills in these camps. And not only did these women have incredible bravery, but they also had remarkable levels of knowledge. And in fact, they taught us a lot as well. It really was an exchange between one another. We saw that not only were they able to find the means to leave behind a situation where 50% of them did not know how to write, for example, but they also taught others to read and write. They explained that in the 1980s, they would teach, they would learn things, and in the afternoon, they would then teach what they had learned in the mornings. And this meant that children, both boys and girls, were able to learn. And as a result of international solidarity with Spain, with Algeria, with Cuba, for example, they were able to have training carried out, which is extremely important for them, but they also trained doctors, they trained lawyers, men and women in very high-level jobs. And what was really impressive here was that all of these people stayed very close to the idea of wanting it to be a very independent country and to helping them with their knowledge. And so this is something which I wanted to share with you, because here since 1998 and 99, we have been in regular contact with them. We have a Saharawi Women group which exists. And this is now, of course, linked to the World March of Women also.
Voilà.
Thank you, Marianne. That's very interesting. We seem to be losing contact with some of our participants. So I'm just going to interrupt and hold your questions if you have any. We're flying over straight into Cuba. We're handing over to Ayla in Cuba. I think Ayla has some interesting...
Elpidia, sorry.
Oh, sorry. Not Elpidia. Ayla is the Sahrawi. My apologies, Elpidia from Cuba will share with us her experiences between Cuba and, and Sahrawi, which I must say, I was fascinated by this, and I'm looking forward to hearing from you, Elpidia. I'm going to hand over immediately to her before we lose the connection to Cuba. So welcome to you, Elpidia.
Hola, Elpidia. Voy a compartir.
Hello, Elpidia. I'm going to share the room.
Is Apilda not in the room? Is she not going to speak?
Bianca is connecting her now because we need to use different program.
Okay.
Now, Susan.
Bon, ben, on n'entend rien.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear Elpidia?
No, we cannot hear.
Bi, talvez você tenha que deixar o seu microfone desmutado, aberto. Deixar os dois.
No. 1 minute, please.
Okay, we could see her quite big on the screen.
Speak now, Elpidia, please.
Buenas, saludos desde Cuba.
Hello from Cuba. Hello from Cuba. Yes, we hear you now. Thank you. You can speak. Hello to everybody. I would, on behalf of the Cuban group of the World March of Women, like to welcome the opportunity of participating in this webinar, and particularly having the opportunity to address Saharawi women. For Cuban women, solidarity is the belief in sharing dreams, hopes, and realities with friends across the world. Through the history of the revolution, Cuban men and women have received solidarity, and this has helped us to resist an empire which we continue to resist. They experienced what solidarity with peoples mean. This is a concept filled with emotion for the whole of our country. We feel that we owe it to all peoples across the world who need our fraternity. The Cuban group of the World March of Women identify ourselves with the fight of the Saharawi women, with their will to progress and to continue building justice for both themselves and for the world. They are an example of resistance in defense of basic human rights. And they have demonstrated that unity is key to succeed in the battle. Peace is the path to this, and sovereignty is an ideal which we hold within our hearts. And justice is what we are working for. Women who fight on a daily basis for peace, independence, justice, freedom, and the self-determination of peoples, both in occupied territories, in refugee camps, as well as in the areas in which they are fighting for this ideal. Women have actively participated on battle fronts and in the training of new generations. Their fight has been strong so that they can have their land back. They are full of initiatives, of optimism, and of resistance. This is historic with regard to the participation of women in different political, sociocultural, and professional spaces. The aspiration and belief is that women must take part in decision-making and in the creation of a democratic society with equal opportunities for all. The decision to promote independence is the decision made by all women across the world. The development of the peaceful resistance strategy over different times throughout the conflict have been key, faced with the continual oppression and exclusion which they continue to experience, but this has demonstrated intelligence, ability, and social justice. We must also mention the long history of arbitrary arrests, the suppression of the population, unjustified detention, torture, unjust imprisonment, without any legal guarantee. This is all frequent, and we see this reflected in reports by Amnesty International. Together, we can share the independence and self-determination of our peoples. We note that the Cuban group of the March will always be alongside you, shoulder to shoulder and heart to heart. You can count on Cuban women. Together we can bring about this justice which the world requires. This is a call of peoples who are wanting a just cause, and sisters have demonstrated this to the world in the constant fight for the defense of the nation. This is a living example for present and future generations, because this is a real fight. The right to be free and independent, and nothing and nobody can prevent this, which the Saharawi sisters have been fighting for so long in history. Cuba has an economic, commercial, and financial bloc against us, which has lasted for over 60 years and affects families and, above all, women. This is a genocidal bloc by the US government, which has worsened during the pandemic. But we are using you as an example to continue resisting this. We have solidarity for all women across the world. There is no doubt that Cuban women are taking this path forward together, and you will always have the support of all Cuban peoples. Continue in the fight. Don't give up, because at the end of the day and at the end of the fight, we are sure that you will win. We will win. Long live international solidarity between women and peoples. Long live the Sahrawi women, until victory always.
Long live the Sahrawi women struggle, long live. Thank you, Alpedia, for that solidarity message and that message that comes from the heart and all the way from Cuba. We want to thank you, my sister, for that. I am so sorry that we do not have any of our comrades from Western Sahara in the room. I know that the International Secretariat is working hard trying to get Chaba on the line, trying to reconnect her, but we are having problems connecting with oh, it seems like we might be getting, and as soon as we get Chaba in the room, we will give her the floor. So it is a pity, but we assure you that this recording will go to the women in Western Sahara so that they can hear your messages, hear the solidarity coming from around the world, that we are supporting their struggles. Pinar or Bianca, just let me know as soon as Chaba's in the room and we'll give her the floor to speak, because Chaba is actually our main speaker for the day. So you will let me know once she's in the room. But once again, Alpidia and the sisters from the World March of Women in Cuba, we want to thank you from the bottom of our hearts, and long live the struggle of the Cuban people, long live. It's very, very nice to see so many of you in the room here. I especially want to just take this moment also, because I see dear Nazira's in the room, to say to Nazira that we want you to know, I don't think you were here earlier, that we had a minute of silence for the comrades of who suffered the earthquake in Syria and Turkey. But I also wanted to add that we had lost an amazing sister in Mozambique, and we all shared your pain, Nazira, and the Mozambique sisters. And we look forward to hearing from you, Nazira. I hope that you will share with us your experiences, because I know in Mozambique you have done a lot of solidarity activities for the Western Sahara. And so did you, Sophie. So I'm going to give the floor for you all later to say something. As soon as we have Chaba in the room, as I said, we will give her the floor. Look, the pity we all know a bit of the history of
Hola, buenas tardes.
Hola, hello, good afternoon.
Chaba is in the room.
Chaba? Okay, Chaba's in the room. Over to you, Chaba.
Hi, good afternoon, sisters. Sorry for not being able to join earlier. It was because of my bad connection. Because it's awful here. There was rain in the camps. It rained for an entire week, and that affected communications here. And this is the first time that this has happened, but that's how it is here following the rains that have been going on for over a week now. Now, I'm here on behalf of the National Union of Saharawi Women, and on behalf of them, we really appreciate your solidarity and commemorating your solidarity with us on this day, and for allowing us to share a little bit about our situation and show our solidarity as well. The 18th of February is a very sad day for Saharawi women because of the bombings carried out by the Moroccan kingdom. 3 camps were bombed with napalm and phosphorus. And these are materials that are not allowed to be used against human beings, and much less so against women and children. So because of that day, we have our dear martyr, Shaya Ataman Ahmed Zain, and many other men, women, and children. But she was a nurse and she was pregnant at the time. Therefore, she represents the loss that was felt during these bombings. And because of these bombings, she died, and she is now the martyr that represents all the men, women, and children that we lost. And so on this very sad day, the National Union of Sahrawi Women, I don't know if you can hear me or not. Can you hear me? Yes?
Yes, we
Yes,
can
we
hear
can hear
you.
you.
Yeah, yes, dear.
Okay. So I can't hear very well, but so we named this day the National Day of Sahrawi Mothers to commemorate this sad day and these sad days during which many women martyrs fell and many men and older people fell. And this, but even that these people were running in the streets to leave, to escape the bombs, and they were bringing goats, animals with them. So that is why we have named this day as a day of international solidarity with our counterparts, the women of the world. The truth is that we, the Sahrawi women, are part of the great group of women, which is the World March of Women. And it is that march that enables us to share our experiences, to talk about our situation, to build up our courage together with our sisters in the World March of Women, but also with other women from other countries who have always offered us support and solidarity and shown solidarity with the cause of the Sahrawi women. So today, the National Union of Sahrawi Women is working in the camps. On a national level, people are seeking to persecute us, but here we are working in the camps. Our sisters from the World March of Women have come to visit us in the camps. Our sisters from the African continent, but also we received our dear sister Gloria from Panama here. She came to visit us together with many other women. Many women have come to visit us. I don't remember all of their names, but many have come to visit us in our camps. I'm sure many of them are here today in this webinar on this day that is so important for us as Sahrawi women. We are divided into two parts. Some of us live in the refugee camps, and we've been living here for over 47 years, and others of us are still living under Moroccan occupation, and they experience all kinds of violence. Sahrawi women in the occupied territories are suffering all kinds of violence. And so during this webinar, we can issue a call for all our sisters, all our dear sisters who show so much solidarity within the World March, as well as all women from other countries. We call on everybody to make an effort to visit the occupied territories, where you will be able to see exactly what kind of violence Sahrawi women are experiencing under the Moroccan regime. And here in the camps, we're living outside of our own territories. We are fighting to reclaim our territory. Here, the women in the camps share all the work with our Sahrawi sisters and brothers. We all participate in the activities of the Polisario Front. We work together, we struggle together, and we resist together in order to reclaim and free our territory. Once again, I would like to express a great deal of thanks for your solidarity on this incredibly important day. And we are incredibly grateful on behalf of the National Union of Saharawi Women and all Saharawi women, to all of the women who are participating in this webinar today. It is with your solidarity that we will be able to progress and fight together as women for the liberation and the freedom of our country. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you so much, Chapa. Oh, thank you. I'm glad that our connection held for you to, you know, share your views with us. And we want to assure you from around the world, as you can see, we've got Cuba here, we have Brazil, we have Quebec, and we're going to give everybody an opportunity so that you can hear from the comrades themselves expressing to you their solidarity. So I don't want to take up much of this talking. I was going to just do a sort of brief history of the struggle, you know, the history of Western Sahara, but I think the time doesn't allow for now, so maybe it will come out in questions or comments. But I now want us to have an opportunity and for Chaba to know who is in the room and to give the floor to those who wish to share solidarity messages or those who have had the honor of actually visiting Western Sahara to share with us those experiences. We know you in the room there, Sophie, from Kenya. You cannot hide. So we give you the opportunity to share your experiences, to share your messages from solidarity with Chaba and the rest of the women in Western Sahara. So, Emilia. Hello, Emilia. Lovely to see you there in Quebec. The floor is yours.
Ok, bonjour tout le monde. Je n'ai pas eu...
Hello everybody. I haven't had the chance to go to Saharawi. Can you hear me?
Good morning to everybody. Good afternoon. No, I didn't have the
opportunity
to go
be
there
able
actually.
to go to
But
Western
the
Sahara,
solidarity
we have
is
always
very
shown our
strong
solidarity via the World
toward
March
the
of Women.
march.
I would
Les amis de Cuba, de la Fédération des
Our
Femmes.
friends from
Cuban
Cuba,
friends and the Federation of Cuban Women,
because despite all the difficulties they have very
despite
present.
the blockade, they show a
they
great deal of solidarity. They are always present.
Emilia,
They're always present, rather.
I'm so sorry, but we have two interpretations in the same channel. Dear interpreters, could you please arrange it? Because there's...
Je parle pas anglais, moi. Français, Spanish.
I don't speak English. I just speak French or Spanish.
Parle en même temps. Alors, si vous voulez, pour les interprètes français-anglais, est-ce que c'est possible que l'une de vous
Sorry,
deux...
we have two interpreters speaking at the same time. There is a French and English interpreter speaking at the same time. Could you make sure everything's okay? Can I continue? Yes, I think so. Is it okay? I hope you were able to understand my message of solidarity that I wanted to express with our Cuban sisters and the Federation of Cuban Women, because they show a great deal of solidarity despite their situation. I wanted to thank you all for organizing this meeting today, but above all, I wanted to thank you for the video. It was really striking. It was very impactful. It's incredible to see the situation that people are living in, women, children. So we've been engaging in activities during Witness this year. We're working on grassroots education, and we have noted the need to make our solidarity ever stronger and ever more present. Thank you.
Thank you, Amelia. Amelia's all the way from Quebec. Do I see any more hands? Where's Sophie? Has Sophie left the room? Ayla, are you still part of the webinar?
There is a person, Sonja. She wants to speak.
Okay. The floor is yours, Sonja. Okay.
Yes. Hello, I'm Sonja from Germany. And my really solidarity greetings from the World Women's Conference, Women, from the World Women, which was in Tunisia in September last year. And Ayla was as a delegate there for the for the Sahara women. And so a lot of women from the world knew or got to know the situation of the women. And it is really heartbreaking what we saw in the video. So my solidarity greetings to the women. And we are in the, I think the German government is supporting the Moroccan government, and we have to demand that Sahara is the independence and self-determination and for the movement and the struggle. We have to support it, I think, the world women. So we are a member of the United Front Against Imperialism and Fascism. And I think this is also a forum for telling about what is in the situation with the Sahara women. And yes, I would like to tell all my friends and all my connections what happens and to organize the solidarity. Thank you.
Thank you, Sonja. The pity we can't see your face. You didn't turn your camera on. Thank you for your contribution. Sophie, I see your hand is up. Come on, let us see your face, Sophie.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. I'm so happy to see each one of you. I'm very excited to be here. I want to send our solidarity.
Hello, bonsoir. Good afternoon. Hello, hello.
Solange?
Hello.
Solange,
Yeah.
just turn off your mic now. I'll give you an opportunity to speak after.
I am later.
After Sophie, you can speak, Solange.
Okay. Thank you, Solange. Thank you, Wilhelmina. So I really want to thank you so much for this webinar. It's very good. I am just from an activity of a World March of Women right now in support and solidarity with Saharawi. In Kenya, Western Sahara and Kenya have been very close, but we have a new government that took position since August last year, 2022. And our new government is being supported by, imperialists across. So sadly, one of the things that the president said is that they don't acknowledge Western Sahara as a country. And the first thing that they wanted to do was to close the embassy of Western Sahara here in Nairobi. So for us as activists, as people who have been in this struggle and who understand the struggle of Western Sahara, it is very important for us to continue showing our solidarity. So I'm very happy that we got the statement from the World March of Women, which also gives us a lot of power when we go out there. On Tuesday, we are going as a delegation of World March of Women Kenya and the Communist Party of Kenya, and we are going to see the new ambassador, who our new president has been very reluctant to receive his papers. So we are standing in solidarity. We know that this struggle is a big struggle that requires a lot of our efforts. And I'm so happy to see each one of us showing this support and solidarity, because Western Sahara needs us now more than ever. And we really appreciate. So thank you very much. And I just want to end by saying Saharawi Libre. Thank you. Thank you, Wilhelmina.
Thank you, Sophie. Saharawi Libre. Saharawi Libre.
Saharawi Libre.
Okay.
Saharawi Libre.
Okay. Solange, just one moment.
Yeah.
I'll give you a chance to speak. Just one moment. Gloria, you had your hand up. Welcome. We'll give the floor
There
to
is
Gloria.
no translation in French. I don't know why.
Okay, there is translation. Just click on French. Pinar, can you just sort Solange out? While Pinar sorts you out, Solange, I'm going to give the floor to Gloria. Welcome, Gloria. You may speak, Gloria. Unmute yourself, Gloria. Unmute your mic. Unmute. That's it.
Buenos días desde Panamá.
Good afternoon from Panama. We would like to congratulate the organization of the World March of Women. We'd like to congratulate you for this excellent conversation about Saharawi women. I shared in the chat that in 2017 we were in the refugee camp in Tinduf, and we from Panama visited. We took the opportunity here to commend the example shown of perseverance and of dignity of Saharawi women in all political, social, and military areas in which they participate. In Panama, we work specifically on supporting
Saharawi, las mujeres Saharawi son
of Saharawi women are an extremely important reference for the Saharawi cause in Panama and the fight for self-determination in the world of this valuable and patient people. So we would like to greet all sisters. We have participated in some international events of the World March of Women, but for other reasons.
Directamente, pero seguimos muy de cerca la marcha, la felicitamos.
No French.
Excelente conversatorio. Saludamos a la mujer saharaui.
We would like to commend the Saharawi women until they
Gloria,
are free.
Gloria, I'm so sorry, but I think there is a problem with the French interpretation. Right, Marie?
Now it's good.
Okay.
Il n'y a pas...
So you can continue, Gloria.
Okay. Sinon, il n'y avait pas d'interprétation en français.
There was no interpretation in French.
I think it's works
but
now,
now
right?
there is interpretation. Therefore, is that fine now? Can I continue?
Yeah, Gloria, continue, and also Gloria will give the floor to Solange.
Donc, Solange après,
Okay.
Gloria.
Solange after Gloria. After Gloria, you can speak.
Go ahead, Gloria. Unmute yourself from Panama. Gloria.
She finished.
Has Gloria finished speaking?
Yes, Gloria.
Okay. Okay, Solange, the floor is yours.
I had already finished, sisters. Greetings.
Okay.
Okay.
Gracias, Gloria.
Ya había terminado, compañera.
I had already finished, sister. Greetings. Thank you. Free Sahara.
Gracias, Gloria from Panama.
Thank you, Gloria.
And now we give the floor
Can I speak now?
To Solange from Côte d'Ivoire. Thank you, Solange. Solange will speak in French.
Okay.
The floor is yours, Solange.
D'accord. And je voulais vraiment saluer.
Okay, I would really like to commend all sisters from the march for the mobilization around our Saharawi sisters. I would like to commend them because I know the reality of our Saharawi sisters. I had the opportunity to participate in their activities in their country. I was with a number of different people there, and we were able to see the fight which they carry out. These women are extremely brave. They really are engaged in their fight. This is what we have seen, and this is what we felt from all the Sahrawi people. I was able to see all of the work which they do, and I really feel proud of them. I simply wanted to say, because the Sahrawi people are also African, I want to express the solidarity of the march of the African region to all the Sahrawi people. I would like to express support from the Côte d'Ivoire coordination to all the Sahrawi people, particularly our sister Chaba, and say to her that the fight which we have followed with you, we will continue with. There is nothing which would lead us to abandon the Sahrawi people. We are devoted to the Sahrawi people. We are devoted to all people who are fighting for their freedom. This is what I wanted to say. Free Sahara, free Sahara. Thank you very much.
Merci beaucoup, Solange. Merci beaucoup.
Thank you very much, Solange. Thank you.
Chaba is smiling there, and Ayla is very, very happy to hear. I think they are feeling very, very warm with all this love and solidarity that they're receiving from around the world. I believe that Alpidia would like to speak, or somebody has a message that they want to read from her.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, please.
Elpidia is just thanking all of the solidarity she is receiving also with the women from Cuba. And she said that it's a pride for Cuba to share this solidarity. Your microphone is off, Lemina.
Oh, sorry. Thank you, Bianca, for sharing Alpidia's message. We definitely, the women from Cuba, obviously, is in our hearts, and we express our solidarity with them and thank them for their message. I believe we have a comrade from Nepal in our presence. Nepal, welcome. I'm not sure if it's evening there or morning, but if you'd like to speak, the floor is yours. We have a few more minutes for open mic, as they say it. Regina. Okay, a hand is up, Regina. The floor is yours, comrade. Please go ahead. Welcome.
Yeah. Wait. Wait, here we are. Sorry, took a little while. Thank you very much for inviting for this wonderful conference. I'm with the Sahrawi case for more than 10 years now with our organization in Germany. And I have been to the occupied part of Western Sahara together with an international group, and we met about 500 people who told about the atrocities that all families have suffered from the Moroccan war and the Moroccan occupation. I have also been several times to the camps, and of course, who has been there knows of the hospitality of the Sahrawi women, which is very, very special. I would like to point out to every one of you that there is a wonderful exhibition that has been set up in France a few years ago on Sahrawi women, which is called Astonishing Sahrawi Women. I can give you the link to the person who keeps this exhibition. The translations with the texts for the women are available in 4 languages or 5 languages even now. And if someone across the ocean or somewhere else would like to show this, this exhibition, which is on 25 Sahrawi women who are very, very, very strong ones, more strong, I'd say, than the other Sahrawi women. I can put you into contact with the organizer at the time, and so that you can see if you can set up something like that in your country. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much, Regina. if you could just have, I don't know if you have the contact details of our international secretariat based in Ankara, if you could just forward that information to Hilda's or to one of our international sisters, and then they can share it with the rest of the World March of Women.
I just give my email address and then everyone can see, and you just contact me. Okay.
Okay. In the chat, you'll give that?
Yes.
Ah, thank you so much, Regina. Thank you for that, for sharing that.
I'm quite sure that you all will enjoy this exhibition. I'm definitely sure. And we had about 3,000 people who looked at this exhibition in 2 weeks' time. So go ahead.
Okay. Regina, which part of Germany are you?
I am from Bremen. I'm in the north, and we have been founded a little more than 10 years ago. There have been organizations before, but they stopped. But we are mainly working on the political side because we believe that the Germans and the French, or the Germans have to speak clearly with the French because they block everything at the United Nations Security Council.
Yeah.
This is unacceptable.
Unacceptable. Yeah. We also know that Algeria gives a lot of support to Western Sahara. I'm not sure if we have anybody from Algeria in the room. We'd like to hear from you. Ah, I see Rosa from Peru has also just joined us. Hola, Rosa.
Hello, Rosa.
Okay. Is there anybody else who would like to speak? Oh, Rosa.
Muy especial para las compañeras saharauis.
Go ahead,
Nosotros
Rosa.
en Perú queremos mucho la lucha saharaui por su libertad.
We would like to promote the liberation of the Saharawi peoples, and my socialist party has always in our political life been very active in this fight for the freedom of the Saharawi peoples. We know about your fights, and we would like to express our solidarity to all of those sisters who are also fighting for this freedom. Long live Saharawi, free Saharawi.
Gracias. Gracias.
Thank you.
From Peru, I'm going to give the floor to Kauthar, who is in South Africa. Thanks, Kauthar. The floor is yours.
Hi, Wilhelmina, everyone. Allow me, please, to speak in French if I can.
No problem, Kauthar. Can we also see your beautiful face?
Oh, yeah, thank you. I'll open my camera, even though I'm in my garden. Alors, mes salutations à toutes mes camarades.
So, greetings to all of my sisters on this webinar. I would just like to say something, which is that we are supporting our Saharawi sisters in the Northern African region. This we greatly support the Saharan cause in the region, and our sisters who belong to the African region, the World March Africa, we would like to thank them.
We can't hear anything now from the French interpreter. But I think Kauthar is finished. Have you finished, Kauthar?
Yes. Did you hear me while I was talking?
Yeah, we heard a bit of it.
A bit, not
but
all.
It's okay. We will listen to the recording at the end.
Okay.
Hi, Nalu. How are you, Nalu? It's so nice to see you, my comrade from Brazil. How's Sao Paulo?
La Elimina. Bueno, en carnaval.
Welcome, Nalu.
Bueno, yo también quiero hacer un saludo muy especial de Saharaui. Yo como Rosa Guillén también.
I also wanted to greet everyone in Saharawi. We've been participating in the struggle for the self-determination of the Sahrawi peoples for a long time here in Brazil. We met people from the Polisario Front, and then when we started to organize the World March of Women, we were able to get to know more about the experience of women, and that took on another scale. And so we were able to understand the struggle, understand their resistance, understand their strength in a much greater way amid a very complex situation, and a situation that has been going on for so many years. So for us, the World March of Women in Brazil, it is really gratifying to have a date set aside for the march to all get together with Sahrawi women to do these activities together, these solidarity activities, and continue maintaining this spirit alive, maintaining this struggle for the self-determination of the Sahrawi peoples alive with future generations as well. And we are at a point where peoples in many countries are rising up, like we're seeing here in the Americas as well, or like in Peru, in Ecuador, and what's going on in many places. Even in our country too, there is resistance all around us. There is resistance against all forms of oppression and domination. So I also hope that with this video, we will be able to dedicate 2023 to the actions of solidarity with the Sahrawi women, so that we can establish this as an ongoing struggle. And we have done this before. If you remember, we have been writing declarations, we have been planning not only with Sahrawi women, but with women from all over the world, because solidarity is a fundamental pillar of the march, and it's a fundamental pillar of international resistance and of our vision that we have been disseminating throughout the march. And that is the essence of our slogan, that we will march until we are all free. Thank you all for your solidarity, and I hope that we can always support each other.
Obrigada, obrigada, Nalu. And Nalu is quite right. Solidarity is one of the fundamental pillars of the World March of Women, international solidarity that we always express, amongst ourselves. We will be closing the webinar in the next 25 minutes. Hello, hold on. But before we do, there's still some time for more speakers. And I just want to thank you for this lively discussion, because I can tell you this means so much to to Chaba and to Allah. So thank you so much for this healthy discussion. Graciela Lopez, the floor is yours. Welcome, Graciela. Am I pronouncing it correctly? Can you please put your camera on so we can see your beautiful face?
Hola, buenos días a todas, buenas tardes, buenas noches.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everybody. Big hugs from the World March in Bolivia. We also wanted to join in with this space of solidarity. As we've always said, our principle is the international internationalism among the proletariat and in solidarity with women around the world. And that is what we are showing today with the courageous Saharawi women who have shown how resistant they are for years. That is why we have always supported and we will continue to support their struggle for the self-determination of the peoples and for a free Sahrawi. Thank you so much, sisters.
Oh, thank you, Bolivia. Oh, this is so lovely to know that there's so many of you from around the world. This is definitely an international feminist movement, building international feminist solidarity. Anybody else in the room? Binti from Tanzania, are you there? Would you like to say something? Can we hear some more voices from Africa? Alia and Chaba, you may also speak, because our final item on the agenda will be the International Secretariat will share with us a beautiful, beautiful brochure that they've been working on so hard. They will share with us this beautiful brochure about Western Sahara. And then we will end with, I said to Hildes, we'll sing Solidarity Forever, but that's just, I'm only joking. But anybody else would like to speak?
Yes, Nalu, thank you. Amana Wilhelmina.
Yes, go ahead, Binti.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you, sisters. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. I want to say that thank you for this very, very great meeting with our solidarity all over the world. We are, as East Africa, as African, as women in general, we are really solidarity with you, our sisters. Yeah, the video which shown, it is really touched me, but even Chaba, when she was speaking, it is really, really touched as a women. We see that we have a big way to go, but we will march until all women are free. Thank you, Wilhelmina, my dear sister.
Thank you, Binti. Sahrawi Libre, Sahrawi Libre. Ayla, the floor is yours, my darling sister. Speak with us.
Thank you so much. I just wanted to add my thanks. Really, all these women that they are sharing the solidarity with us, they are encourage us to give more. They are encourage us to feel that we have some sisters that can be our voice. So thank you a lot for the World March that contain all these different women from all around the world. I am very happy for this material that we presented for this National Day of the Saharawi Women, and thank you for taking this day as a solidarity. I am very honored. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ayla. Thank you. Hildes, I was wondering whether you'd like to share with us if the International Secretariat has any further plans for solidarity with the women of Western Sahara. But before you speak, Hildes, I see Jana, you have your hand up. Did you want to say something?
And Marianne also raising hand. Marianne
okay.
Oui, j'aimerais, en fait, c'est Christiane Pergaud qui ne sait pas comment elle doit.
In fact, it's Christiane Perrault. She doesn't know how to raise her hand, but she is here. Perhaps she is the person that best knows, well, apart from Chaba, of course, she best knows Western Sahara. She's been working with Saharawi women for years, so I just wondered if we could give her the floor.
No, for sure. Christiana, the floor is yours. You may speak. Unmute yourself. Unmute your mic.
Voilà.
Just unmute you. Okay.
Bonjour à toutes. Je suis
Hello, everybody. I'm particularly happy to be here with you today. I think that this sense of international solidarity that you are showing is really noticeable through all the interventions that have been made up to now, and it's really extraordinary to see
mondiale des femmes qui est une
and it's wonderful to see this World March of Women that is
il y a quelque chose qui ne va pas très bien.
it looks like something is not working very well. Is there a problem? Is that okay? It's okay. Okay. I think that with initiatives like this one, for example, it is really helpful so that Saharawi women can see this international solidarity that they are so in need of. In January, I was in the Saharawi refugee camps, and it was the 16th Congress of the Polisario Front. And I must say that even though we were a little bit disappointed with the nominations that took place, I was able to join in with the Saharawi women in their fight and struggles for the Saharawi people, which is such an extraordinary struggle that they are showing. It is a difficult situation that is going on at the moment. The war has resumed, the conflict has resumed, and the women must manage this whole situation. And it's been 50 years since they've been living in these camps, and they have been waging this struggle for independence, this struggle to be able to raise their children, this struggle to be able to make this difficult life possible. And they really need to feel this solidarity. But we need them to succeed as well, because it is strength that they show for us all to be able to follow this path that we are building together. They with us, we with them. We are together building this path that unites us, and we really must be able to succeed in this together. It's imperative that we succeed together. And I hope that you all know, and I think you do all know, what we need today, what there is to do on the path towards independence. It is women, the Sahrawi women, and with their solidarity, who are doing an incredible work. And I feel very emotional, actually, to be with you this evening. So thank you very much.
Christiana, thank you so much. We felt that emotion in your contribution, and the World March stands in solidarity with the women of Western Sahara. I see there's another hand up. Dayalaxmi, welcome. Unmute yourself and let us see your face, but the floor is yours.
Yes, I'm Dayalaxmi from Nepal. Thank you very much for organizing this important meeting. I'm very impressed with the work of the Sahara women. I am very happy with Sahara Women's Program, International Solidarity with Sahara sister and all of the sister. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dayalaxmi, for all the way from Nepal. Chaba, I know you must be feeling quite emotional too. You know, from all over the world, the sisters are standing with you on this very important day. I do want to express just one thing that struck me when I was, reading, doing a bit of reading again about the history and the background of Western Sahara. We, way back, I can't remember what year it was, Chaba, in Cape Town, we had organized a big solidarity activity for the Western Sahara. South Africa, as you know, and especially the grandson of Nelson Mandela, is a very, very big supporter of the Polisario, and has been in Western Sahara recently. And South Africa supports the fight of the people of Western Sahara for their sovereignty. But there was something that hit me very hard, and that was just to share with you that I was shocked to read, Christiana, that the United States became the first country to formally recognize that Morocco had sovereignty over Western Sahara in exchange from Morocco's normalization of ties with Israel. So that was the trading, that if the United States would support Morocco, if Morocco supports Israel.
Yes.
I mean, I think, for me, just for me, it was quite clear, these big powers, how they wield and use their power. Morocco already occupies 80% of Western Sahara.
Yes.
I mean, history tells us that Morocco has no right to be governing on taking charge of the people of Western Sahara. The people of Western Sahara must decide their own future. There was even a referendum that was supposed to be taken, but that has fallen apart. But I just want us to be so aware of how these huge superpowers use their might, their power. And so, yeah, it was just for me a very shocking statistic. So I don't want to take up too much of your time, because our international secretary has really worked hard in putting together this webinar. And I want us all to give them a hand of applause and congratulations to Hilders and a team for putting together this webinar, and also for all the hard work that they've been doing, because I know Hilders has attended the conference of the Western Sahara Women. I know she was in Tindorf there. So I'm not sure, Hilders, I'm going to give the floor to you if there's anything else you'd like to say. And then after that, we're going to ask the International Secretariat to take the floor and share with us the background of the pamphlet, the brochure that they brought out, and to share the contents with us. So Hilders, if there's anything you'd like to say, the floor is yours.
Yeah, thank you, Wilhelmina. Yeah, I was in their Congress in June. It was very impressive experience for me, because it is very hard to go there and to Tindouf, and there are lots of challenges, Algerian visa, etc. There is only one flight to Tindouf, but we met there very well, warm welcome by women. When I arrived to the house, we are going to sleep. It was 2 a.m. in the midnight, and they met us with a lot of food and drinks in the night. So it was very impressive hospitality. It is very familiar hospitality, what we know from our activities in Kurdistan as well. In the midnight, they were waiting for us with food on the table in a desert, in a refugee camp. It is, in fact, a refugee camp. So it was very impressive, that first experience. And also, I think the video is quite successful. I just want to congratulate Bianca and Ayla for this impressive work in such a short time in Asani dialect, and that brings a lot of challenge, I know, in transcription and in translation. So that took a lot of time, but they managed to bring it here today on February 18. This is what we wanted. The first step is just to get to know the history, because many of our sisters from Europe and Africa, they have been in long solidarity movements with Saharawi women, but in other parts of the world, they don't even know where Sahara is, why these people are in our agenda. And so it is important to start with information, to raising awareness about history, about struggle, and about daily struggle It's not just the national liberation struggle, but Sahrawi women, every day they are in struggle, their daily struggle to keep living in the conditions in desert. Today, for example, Ayla and Chaba couldn't have connection well because of the weather conditions in that country. So it is very important to get to know as a first step. I think second step, as you underlined, Wilhelmina, is they are not just fighting Morocco. There are imperial countries backing, supporting Morocco, US, Israel, France, and it is, you can see that more visible in Sahara, and also transnational corporations supporting Moroccan government and in order to plunder Sahrawi territory. So that is the other side of the struggle. As a next step, we can give a more political dimension of this struggle for the future, I think. And also I appreciate Regina to give us more information and document. Please share any document resources with us so we can bring them in a digital library in order to share with you for the next years. And so this is just a beginning, the video and pamphlet Pinar will present now as a beginning of giving information to our international organizations in other countries to bring them together. And there will be another step forward, of course. We need to keep moving. Thank you very much, and for all of you for being here and having very participatory solidarity activity here.
Thank you.
Thank you, Hildes. Pinar and Bianca and Jana, the floor is yours to share your brochure. I think I totally agree with Hildes. Raising awareness about the history is very important. So the floor is yours.
Thank you, Wilhelmina. I'm going to share the link that you can download the brochure from our website. You can visit World March of Women's website and you can download our brochure in there. And I also sent the link. I will share my screen again to show you our brochure. Just let me. Here is our brochure. After Yıldız came back from the Sahara, after Yıldız came from Sahara, we discussed how we can increase our solidarity with the Sahrawi women. And as Yıldız said, we decided to tell more information about the Sahara history, their struggle history. And actually, I must confess that I haven't enough knowledge about the Sahrawi history as well, and I started researching, and I want to give special thanks to Ayla, which she helped me a lot to reveal the truths about the Sahara and their struggle. What I learned actually while I'm preparing this brochure, that Sahrawi women is not just resisting, they are building the life itself in there, and they have so many contributions to the economical life, social life, and political life, and they are actually building the life itself. They are not just resisting, but they are building this Sahara itself. And I must say that I'm really impressed what you have achieved with those hard conditions, and I'm really impressed your hope and your power to continue your struggle, and I thank you that you all show us how the belief of national liberation can resist all the international imperialist powers, and we are all behind you. We are all continue to struggle with you, and we are trying to make your voice more visible, and that's all. I think I'm a little bit excited. Sorry for that. That's all. You can download the brochure, and you can see the videos link in there from our World March of Women's website. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Vinar. Bianca and Jana, do you want to speak?
Yes, I can say something about the booklet. Actually, we thought, part of creating this booklet was also thinking about it not only from the text, from the perception of the text that is inside, but also from the visuals. And we try to make it, like the interior of the booklet is, we try to make it as clear as possible, as easy to read, to access, etc. But basically what we thought of when we were designing the cover is taking inspiration from the revolutionary movement of the 70s, the Arab movements that were around the world taking place, whether we're talking about Palestine, whether we're talking about Western Sahara, and connecting all of these, understanding this heritage and taking it, into our time. So this is why we try to use these colors, we try to use these patterns, these visuals, as well as the map of Sahara, because when we're talking about occupation, one of the first things that we talk about, one of the first things that we see physically is the land, the occupation of the land, the changes of the map. Right, and very similarly to what we see in Palestine, the land of Western Sahara has been eaten up little by little each and every year. So for us, it was very important to show that this land is still unified, and we are demanding that it becomes, the entity of this land is back to its people. Also inside the booklet, we tried as much as possible to make people feel what Western Sahara is. We're not only talking about people, we're also talking about land, we're also talking about the towns themselves, the feel of what Western Sahara is, the everyday life, women happy, women dancing and singing, as well as women demonstrating. So basically, we try to put all of these together in this booklet. We hope as much as we can that we relayed or transmitted this message to all of you. This is part of our generic or general perception of how our visual identity is, how we are building our visual identity, hoping that little by little we can develop a more localized, more a visual identity that is more connected to people and closer and more accessible to women everywhere. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. Wow. Wow, fantastic hard work. Thank you so much to the International Secretariat, the team, Yildiz. You've done such hard work, so much work. Unfortunately, we have run out of time. We have to end within the next 5 minutes. So if you really want to, there's something pressing you want to say, you have a minute to say it. But I do want to say, Chaba, there's people from Panama, Bolivia, Cuba, Nepal, Brazil, South Africa, Côte d'Ivoire, Tanzania, Kenya, who am I leaving out? Germany, Switzerland, you know, all over the world are here, you know, expressing their solidarity with you. So Chaba, you have the last word, and I will just say thank you so much to the International Secretariat for organizing this. A big, big, big thank you to the interpreters for their time and the excellent interpretation, the International Secretariat for the technical support. I know it's not always easy. And thank you, my dearest, dearest comrades, for the time, your Saturday morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time it is in your world, that you have given to show solidarity with the women, not only in Western Sahara, but to the women all over the world who are fighting injustices, wars on a daily basis. Our solidarity, our feminist voices, our struggle, our unity, it's become so much more important. I think every year we say that, but we must also remember that we are leading up to the international meeting of the World March of Women in October, and we should be working towards how are we going to express our solidarity in the streets at our next international action. Sorry. And we should start working towards, you know, making that international meeting a place, a platform where we will come together and work and talk about our strategic plans for the future and how we will take our challenges, our fights forward. I did see another hand up, Regina. I'm not sure if you wanted to speak, but otherwise the last word will come from Western Sahara, and that will be to Chaba. Thank you to each and every one of you for your time. We appreciate it, and especially you, the interpreters. And thank you to Hildes and her team. So Chaba, I'm going to leave it to you to say gracias, goodbye, obrigada, muchas gracias, whatever, because the last word must come from Western Sahara. Over to you, Chaba. Unmute yourself, Chaba. Unmute it. Chaba. And Ayla. Ayla, you also. You should be saying the last few words.
Thank you so much, sisters. As I said from the very beginning, I am so grateful to you for your solidarity and for your participation.
I'm so sorry. There's two interpreters at the English channel again. I'm sorry, Chava. Lo siento.
No pasa nada.
Don't worry about it. Is that okay now?
Yes, it's okay now.
I just wanted to thank you all for this opportunity which has been given to our sisters, to our friends, in solidarity with all. And I just wanted to explain and hear about the situation of all Saharawi women. We all have a long, different history of difficulty, of stresses, but at the same time of fights and of resistance. I came here at a young age as a refugee. My mother took me by the hand, and I now have 4 children of my own. And I'm a grandmother. I have my mother and father here also. We have our other refugees here in our territory. And on behalf of them and all Sahrawi people, I would also like to thank the Algerian peoples and their government for how they have received the Sahrawi refugees. But this is also such a sad fight of all of us, and we all have our own stories which we can tell. And there could also be so many books written about the stories of all Sahrawi women. My mother here, my father, my uncles, my aunts, I want to be here in the Sahrawi country at the time when we become free. This is the goal and the dream of all Sahrawi women, of all Sahrawi children, of all Sahrawi young people, that we will all return to our land and it will be free, just like all other areas. And we will then also be able to share our Sahrawi land with all our compatriots, and hand in hand we can resist, but we can also win the battle against imperialism and against all of those who want to stop the fight of women internationally, but also against all of those who also believe that women cannot continue to fight for their freedom and for their independence. Women from Sahrawi, women from Palestine, and we demonstrate our solidarity. We believe that we can all win, and I would like to thank you so much for this dialogue, and I welcome many of you visiting the camps, but I also like to appreciate the visits that we have had. I would also like to speak about the situation of Morocco in terms of Israel, how they want to end the Palestinian people, the same situation as this is taking place with the Sahrawi people in the occupied areas. And so we would like to express our solidarity toward you and work which is being carried out to show solidarity with the Sahrawi women. And we hope that we will be able to meet in the Sahrawi territory when it is free. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you, Chaba. I think we should all put our cameras on and shout, Saharawi Libre, Saharawi Libre.
Saharawi Libre.
Saharawi Libre.
Saharawi Libre.
Saharawi Libre. Oh, obrigada.
Venceremos.
Yeah. Can we hear it again? Saharawi
Libre.
Saharawi
Libre.
Saharawi
Libre.
Venceremos.
Thank you so much, everybody.
Patria muerte venceremos.
Thank you.
I'm bidding you farewell. Have a good
Merci.
day.
Au
Enjoy
revoir.
the weekend. Au revoir.
Merci à toutes.
Bye-bye.
Thank
À
you,
bientôt.
interpreters.
Thank you, interpreters.
Bye-bye. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for interpretation as well.
Yes, thank you.
Au revoir, bonne soirée.
Gracias.
Thank you, Wilhelmina.